Hello guys, good day to you all. Welcome to my channel. Please, what is wrong with these APC supporters? Why is it that they can't even stay at a place? The last time Josh Amupitan was appointed by Tinubu, there was so much jubilation from the camp of these individuals. Today we have, some of them calling the Tinubu and the National Assembly to have Josh Amupitan removed because the media has brought forward, an article, or should I say a letter he wrote years back in 2020 to the US government calling for their intervention over the killings in Nigeria. Now my question is, are they happy with the killings going on in Nigeria? Do they think that the Tinubu himself is not aware of the Josh Amupitan's letter to the US government before his appointment? Why they no fit just sit down one place? Is that the basis on which they are now saying, oh, Josh Amupitan must be sacked? Not even on the ground that, okay, it is wrong for the president to appoint the person that brings him to power. We have a problem in this country. We have a problem in this country. As much as I want Josh Amupitan to be removed, my sole reason is because I find it very funny that it is the president that appoints the person that's in charge of institution that brings him to power. Not because he said what he said. What he said back in 2020, not be the truth. Is it not the truth? Is he the first person that we ask the US government to do so? Did Tinubu himself and the what is it called, Buhari himself not do so in 2014, 2015? Why is it that we have some youths that have failed? Some Nigerians that have failed to have sense. Oh, right now, the man is now in this trouble. And it is the same people who applauded his appointment. They are now the one calling for his sack. For a reason that is not even good. I'm going to read what the media reported over the fresh controversy, that just engulfed the new INEC boss. But before that, let me show us, this little clip of the APC Tinubu-led administration still raving mad. I call them raving mad, still blaming the opposition for what's going on. These people not just this serious at all.
Even this narrative of Nigeria, why the US is labeling Nigeria and all that, the narrative emanated from here. In actual fact, there are some groups who are angry politically that they lost elections, and they started pushing this narrative in the US up until yesterday. There's a letter here which I'm sure is already on the social media, written by a group of Nigerians, signed, applauding, sending the letter to the president of the US, applauding him for labeling Nigeria as a place of concern, just purely for political prejudice.
Why we say this administration no they organize? Aside from wasteful spending, misplaced priorities, this administration lack organization. Before I speak further on this and take few social media reactions over what his name is Alake Abi waiting, Daily Alake Abi Daily waiting. Before I get to do that, I'll first of all, show us a little video, just a reminder of the APC administration, a former minister under the Buhari's administration, attesting to the killings of Christians in Nigeria. Maybe if these people forget, the internet never forgets, the media never forgets. I'm just going to refresh our memory with that video and then we'll be back.
But in the wake of a renewed onslaught by tireless military against Boko Haram and their ISWAP allies in recent times, the insurgents have apparently changed their strategy. They have started targeting Christians and Christian villages for a specific reason, which is to trigger a religious war and throw the nation into chaos. Apparently, they have realized how emotive and divisive religion can be when exploited by unscrupulous persons. Lest I am misunderstood, let me repeat. The insurgents who delude themselves as Muslims, whereas they are nothing more than bloodthirsty, rapacious killers who subscribe to no religion, have recently started targeting Christians with a view to sowing the seed of confusion and discord between the two great religions. This is not to say that they have stopped attacking Muslims, but they seem to now have a deliberate policy of attacking Christians. The attack on a Christian village, Korangulume, near Chibok, the killing of the chairman of the Christian Association of Nigeria, the late Lawan Andimi, in Michika local government in Adamawa State, the killing of Roville Dacia Dalep, a student who was also a member of the Church of Christ in Nations, cousin, and the killing of 11 Christians on Christmas Eve fit into this new strategy.
If it is not foolishness on the part of the APC, tell me, how can you shoot yourself and then turn around to blame someone else? Evidence there that this same APC brought this whole problem to us in Nigeria here. These same people are the ones that orchestrated the removal of Jonathan. And then all these things gave birth. These same people went to report to the US. And then because they succeeded with the help of the US in removing Jonathan, today fear the catch and say, oh, the same thing is going to happen to us. And then you are denying something that your same political party has admitted to in the past. The same number one person in the nation has admitted to in the past. If it's not stupidity, why would you be blaming the opposition? You are shouting. I've never seen how they can be so disorganized. Just yesterday here, Tinubu addressed the matter. They don't blame opposition since, and you are still making video blaming the opposition. Some people went and wrote a letter thanking Trump for designating Nigeria as a country of particular concern. Please, they should read the letter because I've not seen the letter on social media space. If they mentioned ATIKU Abubakar, if they mentioned El Rufai, if they mentioned Peter Obi, if they mentioned, other opposition leaders. And even if these individuals wrote the letter to thank Trump, is it a bad thing to thank him? He never reached time to designate Nigeria as such. Did the Trump administration not call the former president to order to attend to the matter in 2018? Did it not? So what is the big deal? Oh, is Nigeria supposed to write letter to go and warn? I'm sure they will not even tell us. If at all, I won't be surprised to hear that someone also wrote a letter to go and warn Trump to not invade. But they will not bring that one to the social media space. We won't see that appear before the public domain. Because they are always looking for a way to hide things. It is you that just released a response. It is now you that has been busy organizing people since to come and talk about Trump not invading Nigeria and at the same time blaming opposition. Something you've been doing since. What kind of rubbish is this? When evidence they say, now, they do this whole thing. Kama is pretty nice, Is the APC administration having selective amnesia on issues? I don't even know what the big deal in all this is. I don't understand. They are not coming to wipe an entire nation. So what's the problem? Especially when you have failed the people. Why won't people congratulate Trump? Why won't they do so? For years, people have been crying, calling on the government to do the needful. The government refused to listen to the voice of the people. They refused to pay attention to the cry of the people. And then somehow, some people decided to intervene after years of calling the government to do the needful. And then you are here shouting up and down. You expect people to not to applaud them. As we speak, all the people when they see the key, they go till now. How well the government don't address the matter? How well? And then we have some people trying to say, Josh should be removed because of that reason. Something the same person you are saying should remove Josh has done way before Josh did it. I am not against Josh being removed. But is that the reason why he should be removed? Give a proper reason why he should be removed. My reason right now is for him to be removed because it is the president that appoints. There ought to have been an amendment shifting this thing all along from the hands of the president to the hands of another body to make an appointment. That should be the basis why this person should be removed. And on the basis that, okay, there is evidence of corruption. So, what is the problem of the APC and their supporters? If you are calling for his removal because of this reason, then you should be calling for the impeachment of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I am going to read what the media reported, and then of course 1 or 2 social media reactions before we come back to wrap this up.
Nigeria's newly appointed chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, Professor Josh Amupitan, in a 2020 report where he wrote a legal brief, accused state actors of participating in acts of alleged genocide and mass killing across the country. Amupitan, in the same international report, called on the United States and the United Nations to urgently intervene in the Nigerian situation and stop the violence under the administration of then President Muhammadu Buhari, who is now late. Amupitan, recently appointed by President Bola Tinubu to head the country's electoral commission, had titled his contribution legal brief, Genocide in Nigeria, the implications for the international community. The document, published by the International Committee on Nigeria, a global advocacy network promoting human rights and religious freedom, was officially signed under Amupitan's law firm, Professor Josh Amupitan, and co-legal practitioners and corporate consultants with offices in Jos and Abuja. The Nigerian government has not demonstrated sufficient willpower to deal with the crisis, hence they have persisted and proliferated. As there is delay in taking drastic action, lives are being lost, thereby inching the country's destination to another Holocaust. Yugoslavia, Rwanda, Darfur, and Myanmar. Can the country survive it? In his recommendations, the professor urged the U.S. Department of State to make a formal referral to the Criminal Division of the U.S. Department of Justice and to the UN Security Council, calling for a series of sweeping international actions against perpetrators the crimes under international law. Now, Sahara reporters did carry this, and if you want to read further on this, I will say, okay, you move to Sahara reporters, but I have been able to cover a little, of what has prompted, reactions on social media space with the APC supporters, clearly the APC supporters calling for his removal. So I'm going to take just 1-2 social media reactions. Yusuf Tuko saying, Bola ad official BAT must sack Amupitan as INEC Nigeria chair. He accused Nigerian armed forces of genocide and war crimes and recommended sanctions against them. He asked the US to drag Nigeria to UNSC and called for military action in Nigeria. At NGR Senate, how did you pass him? Isip say this revelation is not something to sweep under the carpet. When the head of INEC himself confirms that state actors are linked to acts of genocide is beyond politics. It's a national emergency. The world cannot stay silent while the truth stares us in the face. The US, UN, and every global human rights body must act now before history repeats itself. Alternative reality media saying Tinubu, Buhari and APC submitted a petition in USA in 2014 for America to intervene in Nigeria because of killings of Christians by Boko Haram. Today, Trump decided to grant the request in 2025, and the same people that submitted the petition are now crying. Now what for APC? And they will have Ray Teflon saying what goes around comes around.
I see hypocrisy at the highest order being displayed here. Like I said earlier, if you are calling for the sack of Josh Amupitan on this basis, not on the base of corruption, not on the base of, it is wrong for the president to appoint the person to head an organization or an institution that brings him to power, then you are wrong, in my opinion. Very, very wrong. The same people that applauded the appointment of this person, these are the same people talking what I don't know on social media space. If you are bold enough to say, oh, he should be removed, then please be bold enough to say, that the president should be impeached. Because the president has talked about the Christian killing way before Josh Amupitan wrote to the US president. This same president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has gone to the US, even after tweeting, to talk about, the intervention of the US government, way before Josh Amupitan did so. Josh Amupitan even wrote 2 years after Trump had a meeting with Muhammadu Buhari, former president, to talk about this matter. What did they do? Nothing. So as a concerned citizen and as a senior advocate of Nigeria, he decided to do something. That's not the ground on which he should be removed. As I say right now, I even want me to remove her, but that's not on the basis, because he didn't do anything wrong. And I do not want to believe that Tinubu is not aware that he wrote in 2020. Look at Reno Omokri. Did he not insult Tinubu? Not be him, Tinubu still they think of, ambassadorial appointments. Look at Boala. Did he not insult Tinubu? Not be the same Boala there under Tinubu's cabinet. So I'm quite sure Tinubu knows what he's doing. I'm quite sure he knows what he's doing. So please, the ground should be on this person here is corrupt. This person here was appointed by the president, which is not supposed to be. Else, shush it. Thank you so much for watching. Please do leave your opinion in the comment section. Kindly subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. Click on the notification bell the moment you subscribe. That way you get to know as soon as I publish. Thank you so much, guys, for all the love. Thank you for all the support. God bless you richly. I'm super grateful. Do enjoy your day and see you guys in my other videos.